CWyatt-Morley, and the issue is AIDS in Africa. Now, Ms. Wyatt-Morley, before we had our break, we promised that we would give you an opportunity to talk about AIDS in Africa, and we still want to do that. But I think that some of the information that you gave us during this first segment is of such significance that I would like to sort of follow it up, and especially to deal with this as an issue on college campuses. You know, I think that Nashville has a number of colleges and universities and et cetera. What impact do you think that this disease is having upon collegiate students?
A tremendous impact. As a mother, I have children in college, and I have a senior in high school. As a mother, we definitely want our children to abstain from sex. But as you know, everything is sex-based. Everything sells sex. And it is having a tremendous impact on our college campuses. A lot of our historic black universities locally are being devastated by HIV and sexually transmitted diseases. Countless young women have come into our office seeking support, either for an HIV test or the morning after pill or STD information, those kinds of things. We are making tremendous inroads into the college campuses, but the colleges could do more to assist us. They could call us and ask us to come. We spend a lot of time trying to pursue them, trying to get to the dorm rooms and trying to get those things. But if they would be more inclined to contact us and tell us where they need for us to put their information, we're more than willing. We have a youth peer educator whom, as I said, is in college. We're more than willing to come on the college campuses and lead groups in talking about HIV. And you know, again, we don't want our children to have sex, but they are. And negotiating sex skills is a skill that needs to be taught. Condom use needs to be taught. Those types of things need to be taught to our young people. Yes, we want them to abstain. Absolutely. I'm sure everyone would agree that we want them to abstain. But if our children are having sex, they need to be taught how to protect themselves, because HIV is real. And I'm not saying that condoms are a cure for anything, because as a matter of fact, condoms are not a cure for a lot of sexually transmitted diseases that live outside of the body area that surrounds a condom. However, it is right now one of the only tools that we have, and our children need to learn about it.
Well, you know, if this is a real question on college campuses, it seems that not much is being said in terms of from the universities themselves in reference to that. What would you suggest that they do?
I think faculty needs to be more involved in the realistic things that are happening on college campuses. If there were clinics made available on some of the campuses where information could be housed, if they would have in-service programs in some of the social sciences or some of the psychology programs, there needs to be some sort of faculty level support and faculty level infiltration to allow for infected individuals to come in and speak, or support groups to be held, something so our children can become more informed and more educated about proper sex, no sex, and whatever kind of sex it is they have. We definitely want them to be safe. There's a lot of rape happening on college campuses. That is something that is happening a lot.
You think that's widespread on college campuses?
I believe it is. I believe it is. I know we get a lot of young women coming into the office.
You have a source of information that most of us, even those of us who are on college campuses and see most of these students day in and day out, we don't have this kind of information that you're given. But they come to your organization and they talk about these issues.
Yes, they do. And we have a level of confidentiality that they feel comfortable. Breaching someone's confidentiality is absolutely something that is forbidden. I know all about breaching of confidentiality. As you know my history, I've went through a series of tremendous losses because of breaches of confidentiality. So absolutely, the students that you all see on the college campuses every day, many of them are clients that come to us for many things, because there are many things in our building. So when people come into the building, they don't know if they're coming to see us or we also have HIV negative individuals too. Our clients consist of community members, whether they're HIV positive or HIV negative. So we have a given level of confidentiality that allows for many students to come in and feel comfortable to participate in support group, to participate in programs that allow them a safe haven to be able to express themselves and really get to the nitty-gritty of the real world and real life and their real life issues.
You know, I think we've entitled this AIDS in Africa, and everything that you're saying is very, very important in reference to the impact that this disease is having on Tennessee and on the United States.
Yes.
But we also know that you've been to Africa.
Yes, I have.
And that, as you promised the last time that you were here, that you would give us some information relative to the impact that it is having in Africa. So let's give you the rest of this period and the rest of the third segment to talk about your experiences in Africa and how you became involved with the continent of Africa dealing with this disease.
Well, my heart has been pulled to the continent of Africa for quite some time, and through the support of the community, I was able to take my daughter and I and my pastor, Pastor George Banjo of Living Word International Church, and his wife. The four of us went to Africa. He is a Nigerian. So we went to Nigeria and we met with many of the leaders of Nigeria, many of the leaders in the church in Nigeria, and also many of the governmental leaders, several governmental leaders, the Secretary of State, all of those individuals. We also had a trip to Ghana. But we spent the majority of our time in Nigeria, and Nigeria is a country unlike any other country that I have been to in my life, and I've been to 7 different countries. But the need is so profound in Africa. They need so many things, and because of their behaviors, they still believe that it's all right for a man to have, in some tribes, that it's all right for a man to have more than one wife. And so there is a given one mode of transmission. They also, in several tribes, believe that women are objects and property and not an equal player or equal partner as we so here in America believe. So there are many things that contribute, but the need is profound. And so while there, I established a women's outreach in Africa. So we actually have offices in Nigeria now.
Okay, and of course we're getting ready for the first commercial break here, after which we'll come back and we'll give you an opportunity to talk about some other experiences dealing with this issue in Africa. This is really sort of eye-opening to me in terms of you dealing with Nigeria, because we've had an opportunity to talk to other individuals who have been to Africa, and they've explained some of the problems in South Africa. And now you tell me that it's worse, probably worse in Nigeria and etc. It is really a problem. And of course, let us take this commercial break, and we'll be back with our audience following this final commercial break. We talked to Ms. Catherine Wyatt.